Hi guys, back with another video. As you can tell by the title, we are doing the April flip through of my planners, and the theme is, or how I do this is, if I touched it, I talk about it. So here we have 3 planners. Technically we have this one too, which is just my pre-planner. I guess I can show you what April ended up looking like, but this one's very boring, but I guess I can do a quick flip of that. And actually, why don't we start with that one since that's the most boring one. Alright, so this is my Filofax pocket planner, and I think it's currently in May, so let me just pull this off camera really quick. And honestly, I don't even know if okay, I did. I guess I did. I use this planner for pre-planning, notes, lists, things like that. This is the only need it when I need it planner. I can't speak today. And yeah, it's just a pre-planner. I jot down anything that's going on in the future. I have all of the inserts for the rest of the year in here. And then prior to the week, if I feel like it, I will go in and write down what we have going on for the week. So when I put it in my journey planner, I have everything written down. These inserts are from Dear Paper Plans. They are a week on one page, and it's just enough room for me to jot down anything that's going on for the day or week. I guess I did use it just a little bit for the month of April, which is funny because I was down for like 2 of the weeks, which you'll see in my journey planner. All right, moving on, let's go to, I don't know, a less exciting one. We are going to go into my work planner, which this is the Take a Note A5. I love this planner so much. This is my 2nd year using this planner, and I do plan to continue purchasing this one for work. So yeah, my monthly spreads are very simple. I never decorate it. I only use pencil in here, and this is to plan out whatever is releasing on Sundays, and then to plan out $2 Tuesdays, and then I write whatever clip art I'm going to be using in the side over here, and that's all I use the monthly for. Sometimes I tell myself maybe I should decorate it, but honestly, I didn't decorate it last year either, and it just stays very plain, and I mean, it's good enough. I barely turn to it anyway, so it really doesn't matter too much. So yeah, I just leave it very plain. Alright, I think I might have shared this spread in my last flip through for March, because there is March here, or maybe I just saved it, but this is, if you're unfamiliar with this planner, it is a week on 2 pages or 4 pages, I guess, depending on how you look at it. And all I do is list in this planner, write down what I need to do for the day, cross things off, and it's just what I need. It works perfect. There's just enough space, and I don't get overwhelmed. For each week, I do decide on a theme, and so for this one, I used this is the Aloha deco sheet in the clear matte. Yeah, just looking at it over here. And I just sprinkled out the deco along both of the pages, and yeah, that's how I usually do it. I usually write a header at the top. This week I decided to go with a rainbow of colors at the top. Usually I will pick just one color, but because it was so colorful and fun and we were going to Aulani, I decided to switch it up and choose different colors for each day. So that is the first week of April. Moving into the second week, I chose this washi to base everything off of. This is just a washi that I had in my stash, and to switch it up once again, I decided to match the pen color to the flower up above. So as you can see, it's kind of like an ombre, sort of. Not really. I didn't have like the most perfect matching colors. I really like this section right here. I feel like this one was really good. And so yeah, that was this week. Okay, this one is very random, and if you saw last month's flip through of March, I used these stickers with some random really pretty floral stickers and then these random cat stickers, and I wanted to replicate that in this planner. So I chose this palm tree washi from the Pink Room Co. I don't know if she's still open, but I chose that washi and I paired cats with it because I thought it was the most random thing ever, and I got a kick out of my journaling spreads that I did like this, and so I wanted to do it in here too. So it's just a random sheet of cat stickers that I have, and I just sprinkled it throughout the week. Sadly, this week, is this the week that I ended up with a migraine? Yeah, so in the afternoon on Tuesday, I ended up with a migraine that lasted about a week. So the next few pages I think are pretty bare, but I'm sad that it happened on this week because these stickers just make me laugh so much. So as you can see, I didn't do much work. I did work here and there, but not enough for me to write out a to-do list. Take it easy. I did write Aloha Friday. I wrote Saturday. I was trying to practice my like calligraphy. So this is like actually where I do the downstrokes thick and the upstrokes thinner, and I've just been trying to practice a little bit more because I do want to do like real calligraphy and not the faux calligraphy. Moving on to the next week, I think I was finally feeling better on this Tuesday, so I had to get a lot of work done because it was Planner Boss Collective Sale. As you can see, not as you can see, because I just filmed a clip right before this and I was talking about this week in my planner, so I'm mixing up videos, but I did use the $2 Journal Cuties deco sheet from my shop to decorate this week, which this one also matches the same week in my journey planner. And I just think it's so cute. I paired it with this Simply Gilded washi tape, and I just love this theme so much. It's adorable. I love it. Picked a highlighter. I believe these are the Zayar highlighters. And yeah, I didn't fill out much after those 2 days because I was really just focused on the sale. It was really just packing orders, restocking the shop, and repeating over and over and over, and a little bit of resting because I was still suffering with a small headache, but I was feeling better. Anyway, I just love how this deco turned out, and the washi tape, everything matches so perfectly. All right, moving in, we do go into here, which is perfect because this is the end of April. This is the current week that we are in right now, and I decided to use some like artsy / journaling stationery stickers that I had in my stash, and I paired it with this washi tape from Pocket Post. This is super old. Again, I don't know if this shop is still open. I will leave any shops that I mention down below or listed down below, and if I can find any links to stickers or whatever that I used, then I will do that too. I thought this was just really random, the brown and the green. I thought the colors were pretty, so I put them together. And then this week I am using a Crayola Super Tip as my header for the day, and I am loving how I'm doing the headers this week. Again, I'm really trying to learn how to do actual calligraphy. Like I mentioned, like thick downstrokes and then thin upstrokes. It's kind of working. I'm learning. I think more practice will definitely help. But this is the end of April because the next page goes into May, and I can share that in May. So again, this is my work planner, only has work things in it, and I love that planner so much. Moving on to my listing planner. This is a Hobonichi week size notebook that I got off of AliExpress, and I love this thing. I have been using it consistently. Is it consistently? Yeah. Sometimes words, I get confused. Anyways, since December, I believe 2nd, and here we are in April, and I am still going strong. So this is what it looks like. This listing planner is like think of it as like a daily routine, a daily tracker. I just like to physically write everything out every single day and check it off. It's satisfying to me. I enjoy writing, and so that's why I do it this way. In my weekly section in my journey planner, I keep it to the priorities and then putting pretty stickers down. This is just all of the little stuff in between that I get done daily. So my goal with this is to always fill out every single day, no matter if there's a list or not. So that is what I have been doing. I did mess up, and I didn't realize I messed up until I think the 2nd when I went to go pull the sticker. But what I use is the date stickers from my shop that I offer on $2 Tuesdays. I believe I am up to July now, but I do sell a sheet in the shop. That's a tongue twister. I currently have a January and February, and then I think March is releasing soon. But it is different from this sheet as far as the font goes because I wanted to focus this style for the $2 Tuesdays. So I have May tucked in here because it's currently May. But I just do daily to-do lists. I choose a random sticker. I don't care if anything matches. It's just whatever sticker I am feeling for the day, and I will go in and write my to-do list. So as you can see, like, everything is very repetitive. Wake up, Jaden, makeup, make bed, planner time, AM routine. Wake up, Jaden, makeup, make bed, planner time, AM routine. So it's very repetitive, and then like I mentioned, I just sprinkle in whatever little stuff I have to do for the day. I don't know what happened to April, so I told myself, well, I think March, I forgot the March sticker. Yeah, I forgot the March sticker. I was like, you gotta remember to put the April sticker. So I remembered to put the April sticker, but I forgot to put the April 1st sticker down, which is fine. So as you can see, all the stickers are very random and no rhyme or reason. And because I said I was going to use every single, or fill out every single day, if there's no list, I will put a reason why there's not a list. So April 5th we went to Aulani, and then April 6th is when we came home. So I just put after Aulani home to-dos because we do the same thing. And it was a Sunday, so it didn't bother me that I didn't have a list. And as you can see, stickers are just very random. I pull whatever I am feeling for the day. And I just continue on. I keep on going. I like that I have used 2 columns because it's just enough room to write out tasks without usually having to skip to the next line. And yeah, I just use the same exact pen every single day. It is just a gel pen that I found off of Temu or AliExpress, one of those. It's just a 0.5 gel pen. Here is where I had the migraine. So as you can see, April 16th, I think that was a Tuesday maybe, or maybe it was the Wednesday, I don't remember. I don't circle what day of the week it is, but I will go in, find a sticker that matches, and write down why I did not have anything planned. I think I was feeling a little bit better on these 2 days, but then ended up like halfway through each of these days getting, like, the migraine came back. So there's not many check-offs on some of these days. Migraine, I used the Easter sticker because it was Easter. And then for this whole section, I decided to just not do a to-do list because I was kind of like on recovery mode, and I just wrote to myself, just do what you can today, okay? Do what you can, Kay, heal your brain. And then this weekend was Planner Boss Collective sale, so I just wrote that down. Moving into the ending of April, I was feeling better, so we are back to the list. And I will say, for the month of May, I remembered to put the month sticker as well as the May 1st date sticker. So that is my listing planner. I love this so much, and I don't see myself getting rid of this anytime soon. This is, like I mentioned, just a notebook from AliExpress. It had this glitter cover that I really didn't like, so I went 90s style and I covered it with a brown paper bag from our local grocery store, Fulan. That's why there's a shaka on there and just some Hawaiian food here. But yeah, that is that. I feel like this one's falling apart just a little bit. I probably could replace it soon, but for now it is working out really good. All right. Now, this thing is so heavy and I do need to zoom out so I can get it all in frame. Alright, so here is my journey planner. I love this thing so much. If you're unfamiliar with the journey planner, this is pretty much exactly like a Hobonichi cousin. It's just very minimal. Everything is minimal. Font, there's no colors. It's like a blank slate, and I love that about this planner. I will say this planner is chunky. There is a section in here just for meal planning, and it has the whole year, so I feel that that does take up a lot of the bulk in the planner. But just in general, this planner is very, very chunky, and I'm kind of nervous to see what it's going to look like at the end of the year with how chunky it's already getting. I think it was last month that I mentioned about this here, that I can't really get it to go straight. I was trying to figure out if it was the cover that's kind of making it to get pinched, because it is getting thicker, and plus I have a paper bag cover on it. I did take it out, and I don't know if it's just because that it's been kind of like this for a while now. It's kind of stuck like that. I can kind of push it back, but not as much anymore, and at this point I do think it's the cover kind of squishing it together. I think there's going to get to a point where I will for sure have to take off this clear cover, because I think it's just going to not stretch anymore, I guess you can say. Alright, so the first section I will be pulling off camera and covering this. Let's just cover it with my phone, because I don't share. No, it's not big enough. Oh my goodness. Oh, here, let's cover it with this. Hang on. I don't share what I track, but this is what my tracker looks like. I keep up with this every single month. This is the first month. If you saw my last flip through, I am using my little tiny one grid square sticker for the weather, because I do track the weather because I like to see if that's what caused my migraines or not. But I have been using it and I think it looks so cute. I love it so much. Everything I love so much. So this section is the meal tracker, and so let's do, where is April? Is this April? Nope, that's March. That's March also. Where's April? Okay, here's the April section. So this is the meal planner section of the planner, but I use this for a kid's highlight section. I replace breakfast, lunch, and dinner with my 3 kids' names. I do use the snack section for what we are having for dinner, but this is just a highlight. I told myself at the beginning that if I didn't fill out every day that it would be okay, but I have been keeping up with it, as you can see, even if it's just a little something. I have been writing in it every day, and that's the fun part. All right, moving on. This is the May one, but I wanted to mark my spot. So as you can see, April is really filled out, and if you remember the last few months, I had mentioned that I really don't look at this after I fill it out initially at the beginning of the month. I'll go back and check things off, but for the most part, I was not going back in and say it was January 9th and then something comes up that we're doing on the 24th. I wouldn't come back in here and write it down. I would just write it in my pre-planner and then put it in my weekly section. So I was doing that for the first 3 months, and because the months were looking so bare, I wanted to switch it up and I wanted my months to look a little bit more full. And as you can see, it is now more full. So what I have been doing is when things do come up, I will come back in here and fill it out, and I've also been using it as a memory planner. So if there isn't something written for the day, I will go back in and fill out what happened for the day, so that every day is pretty much filled, except this day. I don't think we did anything on this day, but I love this so much, and I will be continuing on doing this in my monthly spread because I don't know, it just, I know funner's not a word, but it looks so much funner all filled out. All right, moving on to the weekly sections. Here we go. This is the beginning of April, so we have the 31st of March here. I don't know if I shared this in the March one. I don't think so, because majority of the week is in April. But this week we did go to Aulani, and every time we go, since we do have a membership, I choose a Disney kit to use for the week. This one is like Disneyland or Disney World themed, but I have so many of those types of kits, I kind of just look past that and use whatever Disney kit I feel like for the week. I love my Disney spreads because they always end up filled out for the most part. I think because it's usually just a more hectic week trying to prep for the weekend, and I always know what we're doing while we're there, so I'm able to fill it out because it's always the same exact thing. Anyway, this is how this one turned out. I do have a plan with me on this. It left my mind. Who is this kit from? I have no idea. I don't remember, but I do have a plan with me on all of these, actually. Moving on to the next week, I was loving how this week turned out. I used a $2, no, not a $2 Tuesday, a clear deco sheet from the shop. I think this one is Spring Vibes, maybe. I don't remember what it's called. And then I found a Mama's Mini sampler to match this week and just pulled boxes from my reusable sticker books. I'm kind of sad that this week I did not finish. I honestly don't remember. I think we were doing stuff on this weekend. That's why I didn't fill it out. Oh, Jaden's prom was this weekend. I know that. Or his girlfriend's prom. And I remember I got right to work and then I had to make her bouquet. So that's maybe why I didn't fill it out. And then I don't know what happened Sunday. But this is an incomplete week. And I've mentioned before that I have been embracing the blank spaces in my planner. Before, old me would have had to have this filled out. I would have went back and filled it out. New me, I'm embracing the blank spaces. And it is okay. That was just life at the time. Speaking of embracing blank spaces, this is the day that I ended up with the migraine in the afternoon, and it lasted a whole entire week, which sucked. I really wanted to fill this week out because I loved this kit. And this is the Just Peachy collection from my shop. It is pretty new. Maybe I'll have to work this into a journaling spread. So yeah, I only filled out 2 days. The rest of the days I was just trying to survive and get through each day. Didn't even bother writing migraine on any of the days or what happened. It just left blank because I wasn't feeling well. Moving on, like I mentioned, it was a week-long migraine. I finally started feeling better on Tuesday, and then I just got busy because this weekend was a Planner Boss collective sale and I had a lot of stuff that I still needed to prep. I love this theme so much, and I'm so sad that I wasn't able to complete this week because all of the colors was just making me so happy. I used my reusable sticker books for the icons and the boxes, and so it was kind of like a no kit spread. I just based everything off of these colors. Simply Gilded washi tape. I'm sad that I didn't finish this week. I might have to grab another one of these sheets and incorporate it into a journaling spread because I just love this so much that I want to see something complete with it. And then I think we are turning to the current week, like I mentioned, or no, not like I mentioned. I'm mixing up the two videos that I am filming. Anyways, it is currently May 2nd, and this is what the week is looking like so far. This is a kit from Letters to Apollo, and I love it. It's very pretty. It's a vertical kit that I have been trimming down the boxes, or I trimmed down the boxes for to make it actually fit in the columns. And yeah, I love that how it's turning out. I'm also loving that it is filled out. I'm hoping to continue on with Saturday and Sunday, but that is for May. I'll show it in May too. Anyways, I am out of breath. These videos are always lots and lots of talking. All right, let me get to my journaling section, which here is the cover page for April. I do film monthly setups in my planner, so this was filmed. This is my April cover page. Moving into the journaling pages, so for this week I decided to use some of this torn paper. These are the papers that I offer in orders. My printer was running out of ink, so I decided to keep some of the papers and turn it into some pieces for my journaling spread. As you can see, like, it's faded here, it's faded here, and I was just ripping random pieces and gluing them into my planner. For each day I also tried to find some stickers that kind of matched or not matched. I was just finding anything random. So for this I did a yellow piece, and then these stickers are from Illustrated by Kawi. I did choose a different color for each day to kind of switch it up, I think, except when we get to the weekend that we went to Aulani. This one I did some Onokind Snacks deco to decorate the page, and yeah, picked out some markers to match, which is what I usually do. Here we have a blue piece, and I just found this tiny piece from Every Minute a Story to put down some type of sticker to go with it. I did swaps with other shops for the Planner Boss collective sale, and I think this came in this day, and she hand lettered my name. This is Kim from Blushing Bobo Studio. I cut out the card where she like wrote a little note, and then this was on the envelope, I believe, and so I just glued both of those in here because I like how she lettered my name, so I put that in there. This one is just a colorful paper that I had ripped up. I didn't choose any stickers for this day. I don't know why, but I didn't. Michelle Poop Song. So I think this day Jaden asked to go to breakfast. Yeah, so we went to breakfast, and he had run into a store, and I was waiting in his car, but his phone was connected to his Bluetooth, or the stereo, and it went off once he left. But once he started walking closer to this car, he had started playing the song, and so as he got into the car, the Michelle Poop song started playing, and I took a picture of it because it was funny. Apparently, if you go on YouTube, there is a poop song for pretty much every name out there, which is the most random thing ever. You should try it. Go look at your name. Just type in your name and type in poop song, and this one person makes all of the poop songs. Anyways, moving on to the weekend that we went to Aulani, I chose the Magical Mouse papers that weren't printed nicely, and I chose the colorful paper. And what I do is just print out whatever pictures from the week, plop them in here, and then they do give out stickers also, and then just do a little bit of journaling for the weekend. And yeah, that's how this week. So generally when I am decorating my journaling pages, I do the same thing for the whole entire week for the most part. So that's why I chose to do the papers for this whole week. This week's theme I found, let me get it out. I think this was on Shein or Temu, one of those, but I found this little sticker book and it had just these tiny little pages. So half of it is on washi paper and then half of it is on, I don't know, this clear paper, I don't know what it's called. So every day I just ripped one of these out and used it to decorate for the day. So it was very, very random each day. That's why it's different color, but it was kind of like the same theme because all of the stickers had the same vibe. But I did choose different color pens, which is something that I don't normally do, but for this week I did. And honestly, a lot of these things had quotes on them and I never even read the quotes. And sometimes when you get these like quotes from Temu or Shein or AliExpress, they don't make sense. Let's just read one. Then walk towards the light without looking back. Okay, that makes sense. I may not be the best, but I'm definitely not like the rest. Oh, that one makes sense too. Anyways, sometimes they don't make sense. I didn't end up reading any of the quote stickers. I was just kind of laying them down. So if the quotes don't make sense, oh well. Anyways, so here is the journaling for this day. I took Jaden's card to go get tinted, so I took a picture of it. Destiny and Ryder ended up playing this game together. Me and Destiny were playing, and then Ryder came along, and then him and Destiny started playing. And so I had to get a picture of that because I just feel like those times are so rare nowadays. Alright, moving on. So each page, like I mentioned, is a different set of stickers. I just ripped it off, so yeah. And again, I don't know what the quotes say, and I just picked out a different color marker and did my journaling that way. I really like this page. I think I really like these colors together, so I really like this page. This is my little drawing here of a car that did like the unthinkable and the very illegal to avoid a red light. And it was just one of those like WTF moments, like what did I just witness? Did I think I saw what I just saw? And yeah, my light was green, and so yeah, it happened right in front of me, but this person avoided a red light in the most illegal way possible. It was, yeah, it was crazy. Anyways, moving on. I did use this theme throughout the whole entire week, so we are continuing on. I really like this purple color. I used these stickers from Happy Dia Diadaria, but I know they don't match the spread sometimes. A mismatch? A random assortment of stickers just makes me happy even though nothing matches. So for here I put random thoughts about food today, and I was just journaling about random thoughts about food, and I found this like sampler in my stash, so I decided to use those stickers because they're all food stickers. This is the day that Jaden went to his girlfriend's prom. I took a picture. I forgot to take an after picture, but you can barely see the bouquet there, but I did make her bouquet. And of course I don't think she wants to be on the internet, so I did cut off their heads with this heart sticker, but she looked gorgeous and they looked so good together, and they had a lot of fun. Okay, so moving on, this is the end of the week, and I don't mind starting a new theme even if Monday and Sunday are butted up next to each other. That doesn't bother me. So finishing off that theme in that sticker book with these stickers. And then the next week I decided to use a vertical kit. I have been trying to use a vertical kit every single month in my journaling section because I have so many of them. And so this one is from, I think this one was from Planner Face, and I'm sad because this week did not get filled out because this is where the migraine started during this week. But I loved how it started turning out. As you can see, this page. So I just grab a full box. I just grab whatever elements I want from the kit, and then I will place them down. When I use a vertical kit, if it comes with the ombre heart checklist, I will use it for a highlight section. in my journaling page. So that's that. And here we have where it just kind of falls off, and I'm really sad because I think this week would have turned out really pretty, especially with the purples and the greens. I don't know, I think it would have looked really pretty, but I ended up with a migraine in the afternoon and Little's home migraine all day. What I do try to do when I am not feeling well, if I'm not going to be journaling with all the words, I do try to at least fill out the hourly journaling section. So that is what I did. Of course, this one, it says migraine all day, so that's when I know I literally did nothing, which I literally did nothing, especially if the littles were home. I didn't take them to school. I guess this day I was feeling a little bit better because I did do some journaling. This one too, I guess I was feeling a little bit better. So, whew, I am out of breath. I did journaling there. This one just ended up, pardon the swear word, but that's all I wrote on that day because I was in bed all day on that day. Moving on to the next week, I decided to use, I think I don't know what I was trying to say. This is one of the Coffee Monsters Co. subscription boxes that I was using. So I used the stickers as well as the matching washies that came with that subscription month, whatever it's called. And so I was feeling better this week, but barely getting by. So as you can see, I wrote barely alive. I did my hourly journaling. And then I think on Tuesday is when I was feeling completely better. So as you can see, I jumped back into the journaling here. Midweek, lots of ish to do. I was prepping for the Planner Boss Collective sale, so some of these pages did turn out a little bit more bare, but again, embracing the blank pages, that was life at the time. And I'm not going to try to figure out what to write in order to just fill up the page. Like, I don't want to force journaling because I think if I force it, I'm not going to enjoy it. So the fact that this wasn't filled out, it's perfectly fine. Planner Boss Collective sale, I focused on that majority of the day. I did do some hourly journaling. I don't know what happened this day because I do know a little bit more happened on this day that could have been filled out, but it's fine. I just wrote Planner Boss Collective sale, Magical Saturday, because I offer Magical Saturday freebies on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I made it a point that I wanted to reset and get back to routine, the normal things that I do every day, because I was feeling better by then. So let's reset. Although I didn't finish filling out the journal section, I think mindset wise I wanted to get back to routine. So as you can see, Monday I did this random theme because there's only 3 more days in the week or in the month, so I just did this random theme. I found these stickers in my stash. These are from Simply Gilded. I just had some leftover stickers because I think I did use this in another page or maybe another planner. And then I wrote goal back to routine because I really wanted to get back to routine. Like, that was my main focus, and I do believe I accomplished that on this day. I took a picture. This is Jaden in our family room. He had all of his things from his room in the family room, his desk, his bed, his bookshelf. Everything was in our family room, including his desk with his laptop, and he had to do some work, but they were all out there because we did repaint his room and lay down some carpet because he was redoing his theme. And so yeah, he even had to sleep out here for one night because the paint smell was very, very bad. But I just thought it looked so funny, just him sitting there, because I was sitting on the couch working, eating some dinner. Okay, moving on to the last 2 days of the month, and because like I mentioned, it was like the ending of the month, I didn't want to do a whole theme from Monday through like May Sunday, if that makes any sense. So I decided to just do these 2 pages. Well, this one random, and then these 2 I decided to match. These are from Simply Gilded. I really like the deco at the bottom of my journaling pages. I honestly don't think I've ever done that before. So I am definitely going to have to do this again with some deco stickers very, very soon because I love the way this looks. Lots of pictures here. My dad ended up getting into an accident, so I just took a picture, or printed out the picture of his truck. I have the license plate covered. Jaden asked to go get breakfast, so this is a picture. I don't know if you can tell, but I know it's blurry, but the knife kind of melted into a curve as he was trying to cut, so I took a picture of that. And then these 2 pictures are of Bella. Again, I know, I'm sorry, it's blurry, but you can see her. She's all stretched out. This one was on Jaden's bed in the family room when he had to sleep out there, and this one was from Ryder's bed, but this one's actually from this day, but I ran out of room. So I just put them here because they, she was laying the same way and on 2 different beds, so I thought it was funny. I just put Bella, day 2 of looking majestic on beds. So that is that. Oh, before I forget, my pictures, I have been asked before, in case you're curious, why do they look uniform for the most part? I know there's barely any pictures this month, but I do have a template on my computer in Silhouette Studio, which is where I print my shop stickers, and I just plug pictures into that same template until I fill up, or I keep reusing and putting the same sticker paper back into my photo printer, like an actual computer printer. It's a photo printer, not like a Canon Ivy or an HP Sprocket. It's my actual printer, and that's why my pictures end up very bright, vibrant, because I use the best settings. I just have clear matte sticker paper from Sheet Labels, and that's what I printed on. Once I use the entire template, because I will stick it into my printer multiple times until the whole sheet is taken up, then I'll just grab a new one. So that's why all of the pictures are uniform. For these pictures though, I did split one of my picture blocks into 2 because I wanted to put 4 pictures here, and I knew there's no way 4 pictures were going to fit, so I split those box templates. And then that's why I have some of these smaller ones, which I kind of like these smaller ones, so I might be changing up my sizes of pictures, or I can just do these smaller pictures when I want to. And then here we go, last day of the month. I had a hard mental couple of days, and I did end up doing some retail therapy, which I have not done in a very long time. So I'm proud of myself for not doing any retail therapy for a long time, but I did cave and do some retail therapy on this day, but it's been an extremely long time since I've done that, so I'm okay with it. But anyways, that closes out the month of April. Oh, I am so tired of talking, but anyway, these are my 3 go-to planners, and it's been like that pretty much for this entire year, plus my little pre-planner. And yeah, I love my little system that I have going here. I'm continuing it on through the month of May for sure. Things can change in the future, but I don't see it changing because this is working so well for me. Anyways, that is my April flip through. That was a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you always so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye guys.